Hi Aries, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading. Hope everybody out there is well. I do want to take a second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every single Aries, so guys, take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Remember also the energies can reverse. So if it's resonating, get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Aries? Aries. Aries. All right, Aries, you're starting out with the Ten of Cups reversed. You have the Knight of Coins reversed and the Two of Coins reversed. So you're undergoing some kind of a karmic lesson or a karmic cycle here. What I'm seeing is you're not very happy about this experience. You feel stuck. You'd like to move forward, but you're feeling stuck in this situation. Two of Coins tells me that you've kind of tried to weigh up the pros and cons. There's some sort of a decision here that you've made, but you're not content. You're not happy with the situation, and you feel like you just can't come out of that, that unhappiness. So let me see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Aries energy. Wow, okay. All right, we have the Eight of Coins. We have the Hermit. And coming out together is the Seven of Wands along with the Three of Wands in the reverse. So the person that's in your energy is basically saying, I've tried to work this out. This has been very painful for me. They've now gone silent. They may have even ghosted you. I definitely see that there was some conflict here, and this person feels like, that this was a control battle, or that they're at an impasse, that it didn't turn out the way that they had hoped, the way that they had thought. They're saying, I put a lot of effort into this, and now, I'm just going to pull back. I'm not going to talk to this person right now. I've got to figure out some things. I do see that there was conflict between the two of you as well. You might be dealing with a Virgo. Let me see the energy between Aries and this person. Eight of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, so one of you walked away from this situation, and then I feel like has tried to return, and it's likely the person in your energy, they may have come back towards you trying to work something out, possibly after ghosting you, which is why you're sitting here saying, yeah, I'm not moving forward with this. I'm not happy with the way you've acted. Let me see what's affecting this connection. There is somebody, though, that is returning. You both feel like this didn't turn out the way you thought it was going to, though. Show me what's affecting this connection. Six of Wands and the Tower in the reverse. So what's affecting the connection is that this you're feeling successful. There's a sense of success, and it has to do with you not moving forward, not moving towards this person. I feel like this person came back in trying to repair things, trying to work things out. They're trying to figure out how, what happened, how can we work this out? And you're feeling successful because they're coming back towards you. So let me see. I don't see you moving towards them. Show me the outcome for Aries. The Nine of Cups. Yeah. So you're getting a wish fulfillment here. And there's a sense of accomplishment that you're feeling about it. But honestly, it does look like your sense of accomplishment, what you wanted was for this person to come back towards you, try to repair things with you after a period where there was no communication. And I do feel like there will be some conflict with regard to that. This person is feeling frustrated as if they're not able to achieve their goals here. And they are trying to work things out with you. And I feel like that's what you wanted. Bottom of the deck is the Strength card in the reverse. This is underlying energy. And it does tell me that, you know, there's some fears that are here that are being addressed. It also tells me some of you are dealing with a Leo. But yeah, you don't feel as strongly about this person, I think, as they feel about you. But I could be wrong. Let's clarify your reading. Why is the Ten of Cups in reverse? Two of Wands reversed and the World. Yeah, so you have this energy, Aries, of saying, you know, what's done is done. But you still want this person to come back towards you. And you feel accomplished. So you've already decided to close out this cycle and to move forward into a new cycle. I feel like you've moved away from this person. Like the bond is not as strong as it used to be. Why is the Knight of Coins in reverse? Ace of Swords reversed. Eight of Swords in the reverse. So you pulled back. You made a decision that you weren't moving towards this person. You weren't going to communicate with them. You may even feel like they were not being truthful with you at some point. And I feel like you freed yourself from this situation and you've successfully done that. Now, in the past, I do feel like there was a lot of anxiety here because you really thought that you were going to be happy with this person and that didn't happen. You were feeling stuck anyway. So you have successfully freed yourself from this. You've closed this cycle out. But yet they're coming back towards you. Show me the Two of Coins reversed. Show me the Two of Coins reversed for Aries. Oh, Ace of Cups and the Ten of Coins. So that's love. Have you closed things out with this person and you've moved on? Because that's what I'm seeing here. There's this sense of you having new love in your life. You had a decision to make and you chose to move towards something that you felt would be long-term. And it looks like it's new love. It also shows me that you have the approval of close friends or family in this decision that you've made. So this must be an ex here that is coming up out of the blue to try to work things out. I do see that this is somebody you haven't talked to in a while, but you've moved on. You've moved on, Aries. You have your wish fulfillment. Let me see the Eight of Coins. Show me the Eight of Coins for the person in Aries energy. The Death card, there's that ending. And the Queen of Wands. So this person is basically saying you had somebody new before this ever ended with them. This is why they find this to be painful. They're actually taking action towards you after this ending because they're coming back in your direction because they do want to work things out, as painful as it would be. But they're saying this ended because you had a third party. I'm not saying you did, but that's what they feel. And they could just be considering you moving on towards someone new, choosing someone else. They could feel that that in itself is a third party, that you should still be with them. So let's see the Hermit. You might be dealing with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or possibly a Scorpio. Show me the Hermit for the person in Aries energy. That's too many. They're also saying here, Aries, that the reason this connection ended is because of you. But yet they're still going to come back towards you because they want to work things out with you. All right, Four of Cups reversed and the Page of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, so this person may have ghosted you. There was definitely a period where there was it looks like no communication. This person actually felt very disrespected at some point. They felt like you weren't offering them anything. But as they come back in after, you know, not talking to you for quite some time, it's because they now want to try to work things out. There's a sense here of them thinking about you a lot, even when they weren't talking to you. They were trying to figure out what had happened, why things had collapsed, and how they could rebuild it. And they came to the conclusion here, basically, that you are the love of their life. So that's why they're coming back. Why is the Seven of Wands here? Show me, and the Three of Wands reversed. Show me the energy. Okay. All right, we have the King of Wands reversed. We have the King of Cups reversed. And we have the Lovers. So, yeah, they're basically saying, all of this conflict was caused because Aries, you know, had a choice between them and someone else, and they chose to go in the other direction and away from them, or you chose to go away from them. They, I do see when they come in, it's going to lead to conflict. Why? Well, because you've moved on. You're done with this. You've closed this cycle out. You have your wish fulfillment. And so when they come back in trying to revive this, you're going to be like, no. You're going to be put off by it. And this person it's going to create some conflict, and then this person is basically going to pull back their feelings and emotions pretty sharply. So let me look at the energy between Aries and this person. Why is the Eight of Cups in reverse? Page of Wands and the Six of Coins reverse. Yeah, you've moved towards somebody new. Yeah, you chose to go in another direction. You moved towards somebody new. You have good news that's here in your life. I do feel like you don't have an issue, you know, talking to this person, but you're not going back. You're not going backwards. Now, this person is very unbalanced right now. They basically are saying, well, Aries, you juggled me and someone else, and that's why this ended. They want to work things out, but in truth, they're not very stable right now. They're not very balanced. But they're still coming towards you because they've been thinking about you. And they're trying to figure out how to work things out. And it's gonna be difficult for them knowing you're with someone else too. All right, we have the High Priestess, Scorpio energy, the Strength card, Leo, and the Nine of Wands reversed. Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a surprise to you when this person comes back towards you, because I also feel like you haven't talked with this person. They ghosted you. You haven't been in communication with them. It's going to be a surprise. It's going to be a surprise. And I feel like your new connection with somebody else might be a surprise for some of them as well. And I have to be honest, you better be careful with that, Aries, because they are going to feel very unsettled by it. It's going to be difficult for them because they're coming in here trying to repair things, trying to overcome the problems. And you now have a successful and strong connection elsewhere. You have freed yourself from this. I also see you've done a lot of work on yourself. You're feeling good about yourself. You're feeling very successful. Some of you actually have received good news, and you're in the public eye for that in some manner. That might be what has also brought this person, you know, to come towards you. But they have been thinking about you during this time when the two of you were not talking. But they want to come and work things out. Let me see the outcome. See, you are the wish fulfillment for them. And they're not past it. They haven't gotten over you is what it amounts to. But I feel like you have. You've moved on. Show me the outcome for Aries. Three of Wands reversed. The Queen of Cups. Justice in reverse. Yeah, so here they come. And when they come in, they're going to find that you are with someone else. And this person that you're with might be a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. But regardless, this is somebody that your family likes, your friends like. You're in love with this person. You've already made the decision that this is the direction you're going in, and that this person is not where your future is. You've decided, you've gone in a different direction. You've closed this out, and you have a strong connection elsewhere. So I feel like you're not trying to move backwards. You have your wish fulfillment, and it's not with this person. Now, in their energy, they're going to come rushing back in here in order to try to work things out. It's been a long time, likely, since you've talked to them. And they're going to quickly realize that the two of you are not on the same page, that this is not going to happen for them, that you have gone in another direction. They're going to feel very put out by that. I'm telling you, this person is a little bit unhinged. They're a little bit unbalanced because they never got over you, and they're desperately going to try to work this out. It is going to lead to some conflict between the two of you, because I feel like you're happy over here. You don't want to deal with this at all. They're gonna basically feel like you're not doing right by them. But I don't see that. What I see is that you closed out a chapter of your life, you've moved on, and they have not closed that out. They're not over you. You could be dealing with a Libra. You're definitely not on the same page with this person. They just haven't realized it yet. So bottom of the deck is the moon in the reverse, and that's underlying energy, Cancerian energy. Gemini is here. But that's them having that realization that this bond is not as strong as they thought it was, which is their fear, and it's that fear is now being realized. But they are having a realization, and they're going to realize that you've moved on, that you are happy. So you have something really good going on here, and they're gonna have a hard time with that. But that doesn't mean that you should back up from what you're doing. You know, you've moved on. All right, I'm gonna pull an oracle card, and we'll see if there's any advice for you, Aries. All right, you have number 3, and it's called Wizard of Awareness. So let's read that. Your soul knows best. Be still and observe. Mindfulness is about being observant and remaining neutral about what goes on in the world around you. This applies to the environment within you as well. If you struggle inside yourself, stepping into an observer position gives you a new, powerful perspective that neutralizes any discomfort or overexcitement. You have the capacity to see things clearly now, unencumbered by opinion or desire. Wearing the world as a loose garment requires you to adopt a sense that nothing that happens to you is personal. People come and go, experiences evolve from one state to another in a continual shifting state, or in a continual shifting and change, no matter how much you want things to stay the same. The Wizard of Awareness asks you to give up your need to define or limit what you're experiencing now. It's all good. Let it be, and watch the miracle unfold without any direct influence from you. All right. You know, Aries, it dawned on me that you may have waited for this person to come back towards you, and at some point you just freed yourself from all of that and moved on. And it was through healing, through working on yourself. So I can see where there would be a sense of satisfaction that this person is now seeking your attention. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I don't see you endangering what you have going on here to bring that energy in. So you've definitely evolved and grown quite a bit. All right, I hope that this has been helpful. If you've resonated with this reading, Aries, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hype this video if you get the opportunity. Until I see you, Aries, in your next reading, know that you are loved, and namaste.